What's up? What's going on? Welcome to another episode of Hey Mark, the podcast where I, Mark, get to have open and authentic conversations about things like mental health and self-development. And the reason I started this podcast is to just try and alleviate some of the suffering that's happening out there in silence. Some of the people that are out there and they maybe don't know who to talk to, how to put the words to what they're feeling, or just how to start the conversation around these types of topics, whether it be the struggles that they're going through right now, or maybe like an event or something that kind of they've been going through. And like I said, just have them hear a message that makes them think that, man, maybe I'm not alone and maybe life can and will get better. And it will. We just all have to put in a little bit of effort, a little bit of work, and we will get to somewhere more positive, more beautiful, and more rewarding, somewhere that we can be grateful for. And that is really all I'm trying to do. So let's get into what it is I want to chat about today. Before we do that, if you feel like you want to join a community or a group or someone that kind of just understands what you're going through, or somewhere you can talk about some of the things that you're going through, whatever it could be, if you feel like you want to join a group like that, you guys all know my Instagram will be at the bottom of the screen right here. I started a group, a community like that. If you listen to the podcast version, it'll be in the show notes below. It's at Mark D. Henriksen. And just reach out to me if you want to join a community that's like that. It's absolutely free. It's on WhatsApp. We do weekly Zoom calls, and it's a fucking great experience. And so if you want to join in on that, feel free to reach out to me and let me know. But let's jump into what I want to chat about today, right? And so last episode, we chatted about, basically just how to reflect on your past year, how to kind of look forward into the next year. That is obviously right now, 2022. And so I wanted to chat today about routines and how you could kind of set a new routine for yourself in 2022, based around some sort of goals you might have had. So after you've reflected on yourself, and if you don't know how to reflect on yourself, maybe you might want to go back and listen to that last episode first on how to reflect on your past year and how to, set goals moving forward. But after you've done that, then you might want to set, a brand new routine for yourself. You might be so inclined to just set up a brand new routine, right? And so that's what I want to chat about today. You might be asking yourself, why would I need a new routine? The answer is fucking obvious, because 99% of us live 99% of our fucking lives on autopilot. And those stats are 99% fucking accurate because I just made them up myself. And that's how science works nowadays, apparently. And if I repeat that enough times, it becomes the truth. But anyways, a lot of us live our lives on fucking autopilot. And so that's why we need routines, because if we're going to be on autopilot, then being on autopilot might as well serve us. And that's what having a routine is basically being able to operate on your routine on autopilot, but still progressing you and moving you forward in the direction you want to go in life. And so whether that's, a new fucking fitness routine for a fitness goal, a new financial routine for a finance goal, and that seems kind of silly, but whether that's like setting up direct deposits into a savings account, or for me, I used to have to do, this thing where I set up a book that I would write down every single transaction that I would do to just kind of be more mindful about my spending and my expenses, and just keep me more mindful about my money. So that's maybe a routine that you could have. Whether it's a morning routine, an evening routine, a fitness routine, a work routine, a fucking anything, a creativity routine, or a reflective mindfulness routine, a fucking literally any type of routine, you might want to set up. It could be literally anything, but you want to kind of reflect back on why you wanted to set up that routine in the first place. Is it a fitness goal? Is it a financial goal? Is it a work goal, like within your career? Is it a career-based goal? Is it a relationship goal? Is it it could be anything, but think about why you wanted to set that up in the first place. And that's going to help you stick to your routine, because you're going to have to draw back on your why, and you're going to ask yourself, why the fuck am I doing this, when you're doing something that you don't want to do when you don't want to do it, which is extremely important. That's a huge skill to have, is to be able to do the little fucking things that you don't want to do when you don't want to do them, because those are the things that we need to take care of in life. And so a lot of the times when we set up like a fitness routine or something like that, we try and include someone else. And so some people recommend this. They're like, oh, have a fitness buddy, or a fucking accountability buddy, or a business buddy, or whatever. I actually typically don't fucking recommend this stuff. I don't like doing it this way. And I think that having somebody that you have to rely on to kind of keep you consistent or keep you accountable or keep you pushing, whether that's in the gym or at work or just when you don't want to get up in the morning, whatever it is, if you are, relying on somebody else, that's fucking defeating the entire purpose altogether. The point of making a routine and sticking to it is to teach yourself that you can hold you accountable if you really fucking set your mind to it, because we all have that capacity. We can all do it. And I didn't think that I could before, but forcing myself to do things alone and things that were uncomfortable alone and sticking to routines alone helped me fucking understand that when the going gets tough, sometimes I can just look within and I have the fucking strength to push through. And so that's what routines taught me. It helped me kind of build my life in a more progressive way. And so that's kind of one of the things I like to recommend for you is just do your routine, figure it out, and fucking stick to it. Don't include other people if you don't have to. If you have to, like if it includes someone else, then for sure, include them. But if you don't have to do it, if you can just rely on yourself, then fucking do that. If you need to, if you absolutely have zero discipline whatsoever, have your fucking accountability buddy or whatever you need to get your fucking routine going. But understand that routine keeps fucking going no matter what. So if your buddy drops off, your girlfriend drops off, your boyfriend drops off, whoever you're fucking doing your routine with, if they drop off, you have to understand that you're doing this routine for you and you're going to continue doing it for you regardless of anyone other than you. This routine is for you. You have to fucking carry it out. Okay? I don't know how much more fucking simple I can make that. I fucking hate when people are like, oh, but I didn't go to do this because this person didn't come with me. Well, it's like, did you want to do that? Then you fucking should have done it, right? That's kind of the way I look at it. Think about everything with your routine. When are you going to carry out this routine? When is it going to take place? Like when during your day? Maybe it's a cue that, when something happens, you behave in a certain way, whatever it could be. When is it going to fucking take place? Map that out so you have a clear indication in your head when you have to be focused on this routine and so you could forget about it when it's completed. And where is it going to take place as well? Is this something that only takes place in the workplace? Is it something that happens, it's something that you take place or that you take care of when you walk in your front door after work or when you get out of bed? Where is it going to take place? And once you kind of ask yourself, you might be thinking or understanding right now, I'm pretty much making you run through the 5 W's, like the who, what, when, where, and why. Once you've gone through all of that fucking shit and you've sorted out why you're doing what you're going to do, who's going to be involved, what you're actually going to do for your routine, when you're going to do it, and where it takes place, then there's only a few other tips that really fucking you need to hear. And that is understand that you have to start small. Right? You're not going to start off by just saying, I'm going to fucking run a marathon if you've never run before, because you're going to start fucking running. You're going to be ill prepared. You're going to be unmotivated after you fucking fail, because that is inevitable. We're all going to fail in life. But what I'm trying to say is you start fucking small and learn from those failures. So instead of running a marathon, maybe you're going to just fucking take a 5-minute walk or a 5-minute jog or a 10-minute jog. And you learn that you're fucking sore in certain areas, and then you know where you need to get stronger. Right? That's obviously a pretty elementary, what I would consider to be like an elementary example. But like I said, starts fucking small, baby steps, 1 foot in front of the other. So if your goal is to run a marathon, how about you fucking start by just running 10K first, right? Like how about, or just 5 kilometers or just maybe running a full kilometer without having to stop and walk. That was where I fucking started. So I understand if that's where you're at right now. We're looking for progress, we're looking for progress, not for perfection. That's what I'm trying to say. The other one is just keep it super fucking simple. A lot of the times when I started morning routines or evening routines, I was like, okay, I got to get up, I got to meditate, I got to exercise, I got to read, I got to call 3 people I'm fucking grateful for, I got to just stand on my fucking head for 7 minutes, I got to hang from a pull-up bar for 12 minutes, I got to eat a healthy, nutritious breakfast, I got to fucking journal, and it took me like fucking 2 hours. That's fucking ridiculous, to be 100% honest. And maybe that's where you have to start as well, but that's where I started. And yeah, like I said, maybe that is where you have to fucking start. But I'm going to tell you straight up, it's not easy to fucking keep a routine like that. The best way and the easiest way to keep a routine or to start a routine is to fucking keep it super fucking simple and just add 1 or 2 things at a time. When your routine becomes concrete, add 1 more fucking thing if you want to, or if you need to, or if you want to change things up later, then do so. But start fucking simple, zero in on 1 or 2 things you want to change in your life, and figure out a couple of behavioral like routines that you can set up, whether that's 1 workout a day, just exercising for 45 minutes of your day, or reading 10 pages of a book before bed, or whatever it could be. Just keeping it super fucking simple and then building up from there until you're doing everything that you want to do on a daily basis on a fucking daily basis. You know, whether your routine includes reading, meditating, journaling, exercise, etc., like all the things that I explained earlier. You know, figuring out how to implement each part of that routine to make your day seemingly, you know, easier, even though it's getting busier because you're running on autopilot because you've set these routines up already. The idea is to just build that consistency and that momentum to carry you forward into just doing these things on autopilot. So making sure that these are things that are based around some sort of a goal, and then just so that you can just pretty much autopilot your way to that goal. And then being able to kind of look back at your routine after a couple weeks, a couple months, maybe a year, and think about what didn't work. What are the things that we need to change in the future? And then when you think about the problems that arise, think about maybe like there was this coach that used to coach basketball at Duke University. It's like Krzyzewski, I think his name is. But I read a book one time about him explaining basically a contingency plan or an if-then principle. And so for him, he was trying to basically encourage his athletes to play better defense. So he'd say, if you play better defense, then you get better play time. And so that's something that you can use in positive things to encourage things, but it's also something that you can use as a tool to kind of reflect back on some losses. So if you look back at a routine and you're like, oh, well, I planned on, you know, getting my exercise in after work every single day, and I got home every single day and I just wasn't in the mood to do it. So then you could set up an if-then principle in that situation, right? You could say, if I come home from work and I don't really feel like moving or doing any exercise, then I'll go for a 5-minute walk or a 15-minute walk or a jog and see if I can get myself in the mindset. Because chances are, if you come up with a contingency plan like this and you come home from work one day and you're like, fuck, man, I really feel like not exercising. I feel really lazy and I just want to sit on the couch. And you remember your if-then principle and you're like, okay, if I feel like this, I'm going to go out for a run. And then you actually go out for that run. Chances are you're going to come back more fucking energized, more engaged, more kind of focused on your goal that you set out for in the first place. And then you can start to actually follow through on your routine. And then furthermore, if you haven't already read the book Atomic Habits, go out and fucking read that right now, because that's a great book that explains how to start routines or habits or behaviors, things like that. And they cover basically a process that I can summarize really quickly by saying it essentially works as you have to find a cue and then your behavior that you want to do, maybe your routine or etc., whatever it is, and then some sort of a reward. And so in that instance, if you're looking at it that way, your cue could be when you wake up. Your behavior could be you want to go for a 15-minute run or read 10 pages of a book. And then your reward could be, you know, a healthy breakfast or, you know, I don't know, 15 minutes of fucking watching YouTube or whatever it could be, or listen to your fucking newest favorite episode of Hey Mark podcast, right? So think about it that way as well. How can you set up a cue for your behavior, identify what behavior you actually want to enforce or encourage, and then how you can reward yourself in a healthy fucking way. And I don't mean going out and getting fucking drunk as fuck if you can achieve something that you wanted to achieve. I don't view that as a reward. I would say, you know, try and think about things that you could actually invest in yourself and not just fucking degrade yourself by, you know, getting fucking plastered in public and making a fool of yourself like I used to do. And so think about things you can invest in yourself when you think about these rewards. You know, maybe you want to get yourself a new pair of shoes for running to make running more enjoyable. Maybe you want to get yourself a new outfit. Maybe you want to get yourself a new haircut. Maybe you want to, I don't know, however you think of investing in yourself, invest in yourself. I'm not going to fucking tell you what you value. I know what I value, and I just kind of go from there. So think about all of these things, right? Like, why do you need your routine? Who's going to be involved in your routine? What are you actually specifically going to do? Why are you doing it? When are you doing it? And where are you doing it? Keep it fucking super small. Keep it fucking super simple, and do it one step at a time. Understand that this shit, it's like having a baby, for fuck's sakes. You know, it takes months. It takes 9 months for anything cool to fucking happen whenever you start a new routine, whether it's, you know, fitness results, financial results, anything like that. It takes months and months and months. So expecting results within the first couple fucking weeks of doing a routine is just egotistical. You have to understand that good things fucking take time. So stick to your routine, keep it fucking simple, figure out who and what and why, etc. Go back and listen to this fucking podcast again if you need to. Build that consistency and that momentum, and just basically understand, you know, where you failed in the past and what got you to the good places that you've gotten to in the past as well. And repeat the good things and don't do the fucking bad things again. Come up with contingency plans and come up with a behavior that you want to enforce. That's pretty much all I got. Go out and build your fucking routines and have a good year. I'm fired up. Thank you so much. I'm fired. Yeah, like I said, I'm fucking excited for this year. So go out and have the best day, best afternoon, best evening, whatever the fucking time it is you're listening to this at. God, I need to stop swearing, but go out and crush your year. Have a good one. Thank you so much for the continued support. Much love and peace out. Don't forget to fucking rate this 5 stars on Apple Podcasts. I just swore again. God damn it. And like and subscribe and comment on YouTube. Thank you so much. Like I said, much love and peace out. Have a good one.